Hey YouTube, Vlad Latterson. In the first episode, or part one I should say, we installed the spindles, and today we're going to be doing the rotors. So stick around, like and subscribe, and if you learned something, that's great. Leave a comment below if you want. Thanks. Alright, so again, the surfaces to care about are this bearing, inside bearing rides on that, outside rotor bearing rides on that. Remove all the tape, and then we'll use some paint thinner or some alcohol or some acetone and clean up that surface. First, you want to start with a clean surface. So I'm cleaning out this bearing race. And I'm going to use some high temperature brake rotor grease. Put it inside that bearing race. Be pretty liberal with it. Once you've got a good coating, you want to use your the largest bearing that's going to ride on the inside of the spindle, pre-greased, tapered side down. Next is the bearing seal. The spindle is going to ride on that rubber seal, and the rubber seal also pushes up against the back side of the bearing inside of the race. So I want to put a lot of grease in there because it's going to be a sealed area. Gets kind of messy. I like gloves. It doesn't really matter as long as you push that grease in there. Now once you've got it fully loaded, I'll show you a trick for how I like to seat those seals into the rotor. Now this is just a wooden block wrapped around with paper towel. Paper towel because you don't want debris getting into the grease and around your bearing. And the wooden block because it's a firm surface to strike evenly and get that seal seated. Take your time, keep reevaluating which side's high and needs to be knocked down further. But you're trying to evenly press that into the rotor. If you have a press, life would be easy, but I don't have a press. Take your time, get it right. And you know you've done it right when it's flush with the surface of the rotor. And now you're ready to slide it in over the spindle. Straight in, it'll ride on that surface that the spindle's meant to ride on. It's going to droop for a second until you put that outside bearing in. Again, tapered side down. It's going to make the rotor level. Next is this washer that has a key built into it. It only goes on one way. Slide that on. And because this is a Ford kit, you have to add the spacer. If it was the GM kit, you wouldn't need the spacer. And then followed by the nut. The notches on the outside. And then about the trickiest part is getting the cotter pin in there. You want to tighten it down so there's no play in the rotor. Keep spinning it, should be stiff but not too loose and not too wobbly. Put that cottering pin through the hole. Force it all the way down. Get a pair of needle nose pliers. Bend apart the pin. And it helps to have a hammer to tap down those sides of the pen once you get them apart. Take your time, it can get pretty frustrating. But that's the safety, so the nut doesn't come off. And then you've got a dust cap. Slides over that, keeps the grease clean, keeps debris out of there, and drive it on with the rubber mallet. That's it, YouTube. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them below. If you like what I'm doing here, click the like button. If you want to see what I'm doing in the future, click subscribe.